For the majority of the hand cannon's lifespan in Fortnite, it seemed like it was destined to be an average weapon. For those of you who've been with the channel for a long time, you've heard me talk about the hand cannon often, specifically about how the drastically slow draw speed of the weapon made it unviable. But a few weeks ago, Epic decided to buff the hand cannon. While it wasn't what I personally had in mind for the weapon, it involved two changes that, in my opinion, were actually better for the overall health of the weapon. So today I wanted to break down the hand cannon and talk about its current strengths and weaknesses. Let's start by analyzing the two changes that Epic made to this weapon, the first being the damage drop-off. Before the recent changes, the gold hand cannon would drop all the way down to 30 damage, less than 40% of its original damage of 78. Currently, this is what the damage drop-off looks like now. The gold deagle starts at 78 damage and starts damage drop-off at 8 planks, which is about 40 meters. The big difference now, however, is that when it stops damage drop-off, it stops all the way up at 52 damage per shot, which is a much more reasonable 66% of its original damage. This change alone made the hand cannon a weapon more worth considering, but this next change is what made it great. Before the update to the deagle, its damage to structures was the same as its damage to opponents, a mere 78 damage per shot. That means that it never had the strength to take out an opponent's build in one shot, even when the opponent had just placed them down, which is the build's weakest point. Now, however, the hand cannon does a whopping 157 damage per shot, which is enough to take out any newly placed build, whether it be wood, brick, or metal, and also has the ability to destroy wood at any point since its maximum health is 150 when fully built. You also have a fairly large window to be able to destroy brick and metal as well. It takes 3 seconds for metal to go over the limit of being one-shotted by a gold hand cannon, and 3.5 seconds for brick. Since the cooldown between shots of the hand cannon is 1.25 seconds and the reload speed is 2 seconds, you can continuously one-shot builds as long as you'd like, as long as you don't run out of ammo. And all of this is possible at literally any range, since the hand cannon currently has no damage drop-off for shooting objects. You'll do 157 damage to the environment whether you're 5 meters away or 500 meters away. Now the numbers we went over were for the gold or legendary hand cannon, but the purple or epic hand cannon is just as dominant. It does 3 less damage per shot to opponents and 7 less damage per shot to structures, which means that it does 150 damage to the environment, which is the exact amount of damage as a fully built piece of wood. So for all intents and purposes, the gold hand cannon and the purple hand cannon are nearly identical. As I alluded to earlier, this change of one-shotting builds to me was what the hand cannon really needed. Now not only can you use this weapon from a distance due to the damage increase changes and build destroying potential, we can also use it up close due to the maneuverability it provides. Prior to this change, if an opponent walled you off up close, you'd have to pull out your pickaxe and take 2 swings, which by that point your opponent has already had time to create a lot more distance between you and them. With the new changes, however, you can easily shoot out an opponent's build and immediately re-engage. This is especially handy to be able to do when you have already weakened your opponent and you want to re-engage them before they have the opportunity to create space and in turn be able to heal. Of course, this change of one-shotting builds has provided many other different aggressive options. You can easily shoot out opponents who are trying to gain the high ground on you, causing them to take fall damage or allowing you to gain the high ground, or both. You can also do a nearly unstoppable move if you have an RPG, shooting an RPG and then shooting out their wall right before the rocket reaches them makes it impossible for the person to be able to build the wall in time, resulting in them taking over 100 damage. A big factor in the improvement of the hand cannon's effectiveness is a change that has nothing to do with the hand cannon itself. It actually has to do with the pump shotguns. Back in the day, the pump shotgun used to have the same draw speed as the hand cannon currently does, 32 frames, which is about 53 hundredths of a second. Recently, the pump shotgun received a buff bringing it up to 25 frames, which is about 42 hundredths of a second, and that is where the pump remains today. Well, at least the blue and green variants of the pump shotgun. With the new epic and legendary pump shotguns, they have the second fastest draw speed of any weapon in Fortnite at 20 frames or 33 hundredths of a second. When you have a hand cannon and one of the top 2 variants of the pump shotgun, that in my opinion is what really allows the hand cannon to shine. Using the hand cannon to destroy a build and then being able to very quickly switch to your pump shotgun that can now do over 200 damage per headshot is an absolutely deadly combination. Now, knowing the effectiveness of the hand cannon, the question becomes, how do you make room for the hand cannon in your limited inventory? Is the hand cannon worth sacrificing your SMG or maybe some extra heals? When it comes to the healable items, that's something you'll have to determine for yourself depending on how often you feel the need to heal in order to win your engagements. When it comes to an SMG, however, that is something that we can really analyze. Both the hand cannon and SMGs are commonly used as a combination with a shotgun, so let's analyze how effective these 2 weapons are in specific situations. Let's start by the example I used earlier where your opponent blocks you off with a wall and your goal is to re-engage them as fast as possible. For this situation, there are 2 possibilities for how you start. One being that you already have your hand cannon or SMG out, and the other being that you don't have them out. Let's say you have your shotgun out and you have to switch to them in order to try and destroy that newly placed build. For the first situation where you already have your weapon out, the hand cannon is far superior. In the same amount of time it takes you to destroy an opponent's build with an SMG, the hand cannon user could have already destroyed the wall, switched to the new pump shotgun, and fired a shot. And if your aim is true with that new pump shotgun, you can potentially do over 200 damage. When it comes to the second situation where you don't already have your weapon out, it's a little bit closer because the hand cannon's draw speed is significantly slower than that of the SMG. But in that situation as well, it's still faster to destroy a build with the hand cannon and switch to your shotgun than it is to do the same with the SMG. This to me is the biggest reason to choose the hand cannon over the SMG. There are still plenty of situations where the SMG is effective, such as an immediate combination for faster damage, as well as the higher room for error considering the faster fire rate and larger magazine size, but in a game where players are constantly building, the hand cannon is just too valuable for me to personally give up. It gives you such a major advantage in mobility by giving the option to just shoot through any build in your way, allowing you to not be slowed down by your opponent's plays and keep doing what you need to do in order to win that engagement. So all in all, the hand cannon is an amazing weapon in its current state. I want to give major props to the design leads at Epic who came up with the solution for this weapon. My solution of simply making the draw speed faster would have made it a better up close weapon, but their changes made this weapon so much more. In its current state, the hand cannon provides one of the most versatile playstyles we have ever seen in Fortnite, so job well done, Epic. Anyway, that is all that I have for this video. I hope that you found it informative. If you're new here and like this type of content, feel free to subscribe because this is what I like to do constantly on this channel. If you would like to support me when spending V-Bucks, you can do so by using my code FLAMMINATOR in the item shop. If you weren't already planning on buying skins and you want to do it just to support me, I would advise you just to keep your money because the amount of money I make from it compared to say making money on these YouTube videos if you're already watching my ads is way more on YouTube. So if you're already supporting me on YouTube simply by watching the ads, that is more than enough support already. So do not feel the need to go above and beyond. Watching here is plenty already. If you are one of those people who already plans on buying skins and you want to go above and beyond and use my code, then I truly do appreciate it. One final thing before I go, if you were wondering about my changing reticle in this video, it is not something that you can change in Fortnite itself. It's something I created using a program called Custom Desktop Logo, so it's only for PC. If enough of you are interested, I'll make a video in the future talking about it, but I'm sorry to those of you who are on console or on mobile, this is only possible on PC due to the background program. Anyway, again, that is all that I have for this video. I hope that it was informative. If you made it all the way to this point in the video, thank you so much. I truly do appreciate it, and I'll catch you all in my next video.